SPFalcons.com. Here with head coach Arby Busey of SPU Women's Soccer. Coach, practice started again here, and the season's quickly approaching. Your thoughts as you enter another season?
We're really excited. I think we've got a great cohesion going on in the group right now through the first couple weeks. Everybody seems to really enjoy being around each other, which makes practice just a joy to be around. We're excited to start getting more games and more opportunities to go out and compete against other opponents as we get towards that part of the season. But thus far, it's been really fun for all of us.
The coaches in the GNAC picked SPU to finish second. You're projected for that. Your thoughts on that?
Those things are great. They're fun at the beginning of the season to kind of see what everybody thinks, and a lot of it's based on what people were last year and anticipating what they may or may not be in the year to come. And I think, again, we respect the fact that the coaches think that we're the second best team on paper. We know we have to go out on the field and play games. And our sport is the beauty of it, the romantic side of it is that on any given day, we can be second best in a game, let alone in the league. So for us, it's going to be about getting out on the field and performing and really growing each opportunity we have on the field together, so that by the end of the season, hopefully, that's kind of about where we sit. We'd love to be in contention for a league championship and be in that GNAC tournament.
If that is where you sit, or even in the top four of the regular season standings, reward will be a berth in the GNAC tournament for the first time. That'll be at your place, Interbase Stadium. What kind of motivator will that be for your team?
Yeah, we're excited to host. I think we really enjoy playing in our venue and think it's a great venue for soccer, and think that it'll be a great venue to host an event of that magnitude. And we hope to be participating and think that it would be really fun for us to be involved in that tournament, playing it in our home stadium.
Well, your home opener in Interbase Stadium is September 12th against Biola, but you have two games on the road before that, a neutral site game September 5th against Rogers State, and then at Dixie State on September 7th. Your thoughts on opening in Utah?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for us to be on the road, but I think a good one. I think for us, we did a lot in the spring on the road to really challenge our team, knowing that we've got a lot of road games in this first part of the season, and we're excited about it. I think one of the things that's great about traveling is the time you get to spend together on the road, and we're really excited to spend some time together, play some new opponents that we haven't seen in a while in Dixie State's case or ever in Rogers State case, and excited to play those two teams. They're going to provide a great challenge. I think the climate and the venue is going to be challenging for us, but it's something that we relish, those kind of opportunities to put ourselves in an environment that is going to ask and demand a lot of us.
You mentioned the road-heavy early schedule. Reward for that will be your final 3 games of the season in conference play will be at home. Would that be a good place to make a final push?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think it sets up well if we can get it done early on, to finish at home, in hopes of getting refamiliarized or continuing to be familiar with that venue, with the anticipation of the opportunity to play in a GNAC tournament there. It's an advantage that we have, that we train and play the majority of our games in that venue, and to finish out the season with 3 at home, I think is great for us, to sleep in our own beds and be around our venue, so that when the opportunity presents itself, if we can make that happen, we're really ready for that GNAC tournament.
You had a very strong senior class last year, so they've since departed, and you have some holes to fill. In fact, a lot of goals represented in that group. How are you going about the business of replacing?
Yeah, I mean, the senior group that we had last year was amazing, and just in sheer number, there's a void, but way more than that, the character and the quality of that group, their commitment to this program, is something that we're still working towards trying to replace. But I think what we've got is well-stocked cupboards with talented young players and players that have been in the program that now have opportunities to maybe shine a little bit brighter, based upon the openings that are now left from those seniors departing. And we couldn't be more excited about the guys that we have here, that now have the opportunity to get out on the field. And I think goals is going to be one thing that we're going to have to figure out a way to come by, because we did graduate quite a bit of scoring. But I don't think there's a huge concern for those of us that are still here that we'll find players that are capable of putting themselves in those positions and capitalizing on the opportunities that we create.
On paper, the strong suit of this team looks to be the defense. Last year, you allowed less than a goal a game. You've got a keeper and some defenders back from that group. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I think those guys are confident. They've got a lot of minutes together. There'll be some new pieces back there based upon, Caitlin Willis, Julia DeVere graduating. But we've got players that I think have the experience that can then lead those new players that come in to fill some of those roles that graduated really, really well. And that should be something that we can hang our hat on and a strong point for our team.
You have a wonderful talent returning. Perhaps headlining that group is Sophia Chilzik. Just talk a little about her.
Yeah, Sophia's coming off a pretty traumatic injury in our last regular season game last year that I think she is 100% fully physically recovered from. And she will be somebody that, when we talk about creating goals, that we're relying on as a centerpiece to our attack. Whether she's creating goals for herself or her teammates, I think that's something that she's more than willing and more than capable of doing for us. And we've got a lot of good components around her to be able to utilize what she brings to create goal-scoring opportunities for others as well.
One of those components around her is senior midfielder Megan Moore, who seems like one of the maybe underrated players in the league. She just seems to get things done.
Yeah, Megan Moore has a really high soccer IQ and is a pretty special player. One of those that is grease to the wheels to keep things turning, but you don't always see it. It's not as obvious to the naked eye, the amount that she's contributing. Her movement off the ball, the places that she puts herself, the places that she drags defenders, allow everybody else around her to be at their best. And the kind of player that really, really makes a team go. Like I say, sometimes behind the scenes, I think she's got capabilities, and I think we'll see her out front more under the spotlight this year and see the reward be in goals and in assists and that kind of thing, because she's got some really special qualities as a soccer player.
You're integrating 7 freshmen into the roster this year. Do you expect some of those to contribute immediately?
For sure. There's a handful of these guys that freshman-wise have come in. I think we had really high expectations for this group, and they've exceeded those thus far. All of them have come in with the ability to contribute in some way, shape, or form. I think we'll get major contributions from a few of them, and I think all of them are prepared to contribute where needed. I think they really have taken to things in these first couple weeks and are as prepared as any freshman group that we've had come into this program since my time.
Great. Coach Busey, thanks so much for your time. Good luck in Utah in your openers.
Absolutely. Thank you. Go Falcons.